In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the bellows boot on the inner tie rods of this Ford Ranger. These are located behind your front wheels, and after this job is done, you will need an alignment. Let's get started. With the vehicle safely raised and supported, use a 19mm socket, take off all 5 lug nuts, and pull the wheel off. Now with our wheel off, we can see the inner and outer tie rods that are locked in with this jam nut. We'll use a 21mm wrench, break this free. Even if this doesn't spin independently of the inner, as long as it spins out of the outer, we're good to go. On the knuckle side, we have a cotter pin locking in the castle nut. So with some cutters, I'm going to remove this. Take that out. Using a 22mm socket, remove this castle nut. Now using a hammer, tap the knuckle right here, and that'll break the tie rod stud free from the knuckle. There we go. Pull that out. Now we want to count the amount of turns it takes to remove the outer from the inner, so when we put it back, we can put it back the same amount of turns, and that'll get us close to how the alignment was, but of course you still need to get it aligned. "22 turns for me, it will be different for you." We have to remove this jam nut, so I'll put a 21mm deep socket on here with my power tool and try to zap it off. If that spins the whole tie rod, I'll just hold this with some pliers. There we go, that's off. The boot will have a clamp right here with some pliers. You can pinch that and take it off. Looking inside where the boot goes into the frame, right there is a metal clamp that we have to punch off of there. It's a single-time use clamp. That'll unlock the inner part of the boot where it connects onto the steering rack. And the easiest way to do this is with a pry bar and a hammer. I'll set my pry bar right on that metal clamp and just tap it till it breaks off. All right, that's off. And now you want to pull this and pop it off of the steering rack and slide it off of the inner tie rod. And if your clamp is still in there, the one that you punched off, remove it. Take your boot, and I have a wire tie started already because it's difficult to reach in there, and that's what I'll use instead of that metal clamp. We'll slide it onto the inner tie rod, making sure that this port that connects to that line is towards the front of the truck. Now you want to ensure 2 things. 1, you have access to your wire tie right there, and 2, that fitting lined up with the metal line that's right behind it. Slightly difficult to see. And of course you want to make sure the boot is seated on the steering rack. To tighten up the wire tie, I'm going to use some needle nose pliers, reach all the way in there, twist it, and that's going to tighten it up. And then of course we'll cut off the excess. To resecure the boot on the outer side, you could either use a wire tie or the original clamp. Same thing, we'll grab it, twist it, cut it. On these threads, I will apply anti-seize, that way they don't corrode in the future. Install the jam nut all the way. This will also help work the anti-seize into the threads. Apply some anti-seize inside the threads of the outer tie rod. Install the outer tie rod the same amount of turns it took to remove it. There we go. Bring the tie rod through the knuckle and press that down. Put the mounting nut on and let's snug it up. Torque this to 52 foot-pounds. Because this is a castle nut with a cotter pin, after you're done torquing, continue tightening to line up the slot no matter how close it is. Never loosen. Mine happens to line up perfectly right here, so I'm going to put my cotter pin through. And of course we'll bend it over to lock it in. Let's lock in the inner with the outer tie rod. put the jam nut up against the outer, and we'll use that 21mm wrench, bottom it out. Get it nice and snug. And then I like to back it off a little bit so the outer tie rod isn't sitting at an angle. Let's get our wheel reinstalled. We'll put back all 5 lug nuts, bottom them out in a cross pattern, and also in a cross pattern, torque them to 100 foot-pounds. 100 foot-pounds in a cross pattern, here we go. Double check them all. And there you have it. Job is done, now go get in alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.